Living with teenagers has its ups and downs.
Mom, go away!
Teenagers act out by telling their parents constantly that they are the worst and most stupid and biggest loser parents in the world.
But what happens when the downs turn so sad or angry that they can't be chalked up to typical adolescent behavior? Do emotionally troubled kids and their families have to suffer? Do parents have to give up on their out-of-control kids? And if not, what's the alternative? Welcome to the show. I'm Portland Helmick. Raising children is emotionally challenging no matter what kind of child you have. But when it comes to handling the inevitable ups and downs of growing up, some kids have a much harder time than others. And it's not because they're trying to be exasperating, it's because their brains are sometimes wired differently. My first guest, Elaine Suk, has been there. Her daughter, Andrea, has had emotional challenges most of her life. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 3 children. Andrea's the middle child, and she has an older brother and a younger sister.
And when did you start to notice that something was a little bit different with Andrea?
We really started noticing when she was attending preschool. She had a lot of separation anxiety, not getting along with some of the kids, not wanting to share, biting kids.
Biting kids?
Yeah, the teachers got a little concerned.
And did you sort of chalk that up to, oh, she's just being a kid, or did you look into it?
We did a little bit, but also we were also a little concerned, so we did wind up bringing her to a doctor.
And what happened there?
He wound up putting her on some medicine to try to calm her down and calm her anxiety, but it didn't seem to really work too much.
No.
No, not too much.
Over time, the problem started kind of evolving and intensifying.
It started getting worse, yes. It was real noticeable in the 4th grade. She was having trouble getting along with other girls in the class. There was a lot of arguing and fighting, and she couldn't let it go. She'd obsess on it, and she couldn't just, brush it off like your normal 4th grader would do.
Did you look into it then?
We did. We had her tested by the school, and we had her tested privately also. And the school found her not eligible for any kind of special ed, but our private one found that she did have some learning disabilities.
Did they give you a diagnosis?
They told us she had the ADHD. They put her on medicine for it, which
didn't really do anything.
Didn't really do anything, no.
And it wasn't really an accurate diagnosis?
No.
And when did you find out, or how did you find out what was really going on?
Well, we actually were finally able to find out in the 5th grade. They switched her medicine, and she wound up having a meltdown, threatening to hurt other people, hurt herself, and she wound up being hospitalized for a couple weeks. And that's when we got her true diagnosis.
Which was what?
She was diagnosed with bipolar.
That's a lot.
It is.
To get a diagnosis like that for a young kid, and also for a parent to receive that kind of news.
Right, when you have no idea about it.
What was it like to hear that?
We were relieved.
You were relieved?
We were relieved. Now we could focus on how to help her.
And how are you helping her?
We have her now in a special school that deals with emotionally challenged kids. And she's involved with a program there that she absolutely adores.
And it's making a difference for her.
It is. It's making a big difference for her.
Great. And when we come back, we're going to meet Andrea and the 4-legged creature who's helping her overcome her fears and balance her emotions.